and welcome to this episode of Cosmic Crow Tarot, where today we're going to be doing a general reading for the cardinal earth sign of Capricorn. Before we get to the actual reading though, I'd like to take a moment to look at the astrological correspondences to this cardinal earth sign, which you can see right here with all the cards. Take this one first, which has the constellation symbol for Capricorn. And I think I mentioned this in the Libra video too. The Capricorn is the half goat, half fish. That's the constellation. And this is the picture right here. And how they got half goat, half fish out of this, I'm not sure. But there it is nonetheless. And that's what I really like about this deck, which is the Stories Oracle from the 8th house, which I'll leave a link down in the description below where you can add it to your collection if you want to. What I really like about this deck is the questions down here that we can use to ponder and gather insight into our own lives. Really ask ourselves these important questions, and they might help just give us more control of our lives. The question that it says down here is, what if that magic you were looking for was in the work you were avoiding? I'll set this over here. And that's just a thought, a question you can ask yourself. Like, if you're wanting to achieve something and it's like something's missing in your life, is there work that needs to be done in order to achieve it? Now, there's really, when it comes to creativity, there's no sign that I put above Capricorn. I really feel like this is the most creative sign of the zodiac. You know, that cardinal earth sign with that leadership quality, and coming at the beginning of winter, you know, you really have to work harder and create more in order to stay comfortable and warm and safe throughout those months. We'll start up here with the Queen of Pentacles. We'll talk about her first. She rules over the last decan of Sagittarius, so if you watch that video as well, then you've met a version of her already. She also rules over the first 2 decans of Capricorn. So she's the energy from about December 10th or 11th to about January 1st. So that's this energy right here, and this is from the Tarot in Wonderland. And what I really enjoy about this illustration is words that I've read in the guidebook for this deck, which the guidebook for the Tarot in Wonderland is one of the best I've ever seen. It's so detailed. It has like little stories from the actual books of Alice in Wonderland, but it like gives you more insight and inspiration that you would have maybe not gotten yourself. But this illustration, it's the character, I believe it's a lamb, it might be a goat, of the shop owner that Alice went to see during her time in Wonderland. And the words that I remember from that book was, she has everything that you could possibly need in her purse. And that's the energy I feel of Capricorn. You know, if you're really needing something to feel comfortable and safe in your life, Capricorns can help you achieve that. And if there's any Capricorns watching this and you're like, that's not me, I don't have that creative capability, from my experience of knowing Capricorns, and I've known a few in my life, my own father is a Capricorn, and he told my mom long before I was born that if she could draw their dream house, like her dream house, he could build it. And that is literally the house that they live in today. So there is that like strong energy of just able to create anything out of nothing. And that's that earthly energy, and the kind of the energy of the Queen of Pentacles as well. Because it's not the King of Pentacles, which we've seen with the fixed earth sign of Taurus earlier. But the Queen of Pentacles, she represents the compassion and empathy that queens have as well. You know, really caring about the ones around her and making them comfortable as well. The King of Swords is represents the 3rd decan of Capricorn, as well as the first 2 decans of Aquarius. But for just the focus of this video, we'll say he's the about January 11th to January 20th, but he also rules like January 20th to February 10th too. But this is from the Tarot of Curious Creatures, and it has the bird face right here, and he seems very calm, cool, and collected. And that's kind of the energy of this king, you know, the logical king of the court that focuses more on his mind than anything. And I always relate this card more to the Vulcans of the Star Trek universe. I would have used a card like that for this interpretation, but I don't have a Star Trek deck yet. I do have one pre-ordered from Star Trek The Next Generation, but it's not due out until August. So for now, we'll use the energy of the bird here and his calm, cool, collected demeanor, and kind of think of it as just being in control of one's mind, really letting that mind lead you. So with the feminine energy of the queen over here and the masculine energy of the king, it kind of says, I have control of my life, and my material goals can be a reality as long as I continue doing what I'm doing, and I really believe I can succeed at it. Down here we have the 2, 3, and 4 of Pentacles, which are the minor arcana astrologically connected to the first decan of Capricorn, the second decan of Capricorn, and the third decan of Capricorn. The 2 of Pentacles is astrologically connected to about December 21st to December 30th, 31st. And so this is the card that just ends the end of the year and begins the next one. And this is from the Wild Unknown Tarot, and what I really like about this illustration is the fact that it shows a butterfly and what we are capable of and what is possible when we find balance in our lives. So you have the 2 Pentacles down here and the infinity sign, which those pentacles can represent like having time for fun and time for work as well, or having like a balance of material possessions and a full heart and just a connection to the earth as well. So there is a very big focus on balance here, and I feel like that's a strong Capricorn energy of being able to still enjoy life and do what needs done to feel comfortable as well. The 3 of Pentacles is astrologically connected to the second decan of Capricorn, which is about January 1st to January 10th. You can see here the character has already succeeded at making a lot of money, but he's still showing off these prices and these material goals to the character down here that seems to be studying. And that's a strong focus of this 3 of Pentacles, which it does relate to creative energy, but it's also a reminder that we don't have to do everything on our own. There's nothing wrong with collaborating with others and really getting new ideas and inspiration when communicating and collaborating with friends or peers. As I said when I began this reading, or this video, Capricorn is the most creative sign, in my opinion, of the Zodiac. So that creative energy is strong within you, but it might be even stronger if you were to put those thoughts with others. And we can also take this as showing that in order to make those financial goals and really to feel safe and comfortable and have the money we need to feel successful, you have to communicate with others as well. Sell those passions, sell those ideas, and then you can make the money to feel comfortable. That brings us to the 4 of Pentacles, who brings up the third and final decan of Capricorn. And this is from the Mystical Medleys Tarot. And what I really like about this illustration is the uncomfortable and panicked look that this king seems to have on his face. He does have the money, he's got the pentacles, he's safe and comfortable, but you can see the way that those pentacles are being held, like they're down here on his root chakra, like he's standing on them, and he doesn't have that much stability with it. And this one might be blocking his heart chakra, and this one might be blocking his spirit chakra. Forgetting the word right there, please forgive me for that for now. But this is a card of holding on to our finances, like just focused on saving our money from perhaps a rainy day. But there's also a focus here if holding on to that money so much is making us miss out on the rest of our life, or missing out on something that could bring us even more joy and passion. Lastly, but certainly not least, the Devil is the major arcana card astrologically connected to Capricorn. And this is from the Simpsons Tarot. And what I really enjoy about this illustration, because we often see the Devil as a card of addictions and vices keeping us prisoners in our lives, but this illustration seems to suggest to me that it's our own inner shadows and inner demons that might be keeping us prisoner. Because Bart and Lisa walk hand in hand forward, but you can see that they're chained together down here, and that Bart has devil horns, Lisa has the devil tail, which kind of suggests there's a darkness within that needs to be faced. So the devil isn't all that negative. It does show vices and addictions keeping us prisoners, but we might do those vices and addictions because we don't want to face this darkness in ourselves. So it comes back to this question back here that we saw with Capricornus and the constellation here. What if the magic we were looking for was in the work we were avoiding? So maybe that shadow work, that inner darkness, like facing it, can give us more to appreciate and more to enjoy. With the Capricorn energy, we have both the Queen and the King of different suits, the suit of earth and the suit of the mind. So there's a lot of possibility and potential that you really can take control in your life and lead. But finding balance within and being able to feel grounded and comfortable will be the key to transforming your life until you want it to be. And don't hide those dark feelings within you. Face them so you can overcome them and bring them to light. So there's that energy of the 3 where you collaborate with others and you aren't afraid to share your light. And the 4 of Pentacles, find grounding in your life. Be the strong foundation that you're looking for and maybe not have such a focus on the material goods in order to feel more comfortable and enjoy life. While that did sound like an actual reading, that is not the actual reading for you, Capricorn. We'll take all these cards and get them out of the way, and we'll do your reading, okay? The deck we'll be using for your reading, Capricorn, is the Deviant Moon Tarot. And I will tell you now, I did not let the pendulum choose this. It was actually a comment on one of my videos last year when I did the spring 2021 readings. And someone asked me if I would use the Deviant Moon for the Capricorn reading when I did it again. I haven't been able to find those comments like in my videos recently. I don't know if she deleted her account or something, but I knew as soon as I saw that, even back then when I first read that comment, Capricorn was going to be the Deviant Moon. So definitely this is my personal favorite deck. I really hope that you enjoy the illustrations too, and that this reading gives you the empowerment, insight, and inspiration you need to take control of your life and really feel like you're leading in it. So there's no specific questions being asked right now. And this is how I've been shuffling all my decks for the last couple months, because that way they don't get warped or anything. And especially with this particular deck, the cards are every bit as long as my fingers, so it's kind of hard to shuffle the regular way anyways. Plus this keeps the cards from being warped and messed up or anything like that. So this deck, it's definitely my favorite, hands down my favorite. No deck compares. There is a video further down on my channel that talks about nothing but this deck, because Deviant Moon, Patrick Valencia art is my favorite of all time. That's beside the point. This is for you, Capricorn. We don't ask anything specific. It's just whatever you want to share. That's what we would like to hear, and we thank you for doing so. Before we get to the reading, I'll point out all the crystals that I have matching to the Capricorn energy, so we feel like this really connects to your energy, Capricorn. First, we'll get all the cards shuffled. We have it already cut because they're in 3 piles. Put it back up and set it in the middle. Leave that for one moment while we talk about the crystals. We have red tiger's eye, malachite, which is my malacat, emerald, snowflake obsidian, fluorite, rainbow obsidian. I have 4 of these little pieces and I like to keep them together. We have 2 right there because it makes the energy of that just letting the darkness and find the dark light within kind of stronger. We have garnet right here and smoky quartz. So now we'll fan out the deck and we'll pick 3 at random and plus the bottom of the deck, and that'll be your reading, okay, Capricorn? Really seems to call to me. This one and this one. The bottom of the deck shows the Ace of Cups, Capricorn, so something emotionally filling beginning might be coming your way. The 6 of Swords, the 8 of Cups, and the 8 of Wands. So we have double 8 energy here, which shows success and wealth is definitely possible for you, Capricorn. But the Ace of Cups up here reminds you it has to be something emotionally fulfilling as well in order for you to want to begin it and continue it. We'll begin over here with the 6 of Swords, which this card, this illustration, is actually my lock screen right now on my cell phone because I love the energy of this card. I love the illustration. I love the message of the 6 of Swords. It's leaving the stress behind and finding a better time of peace and harmony. And as it is the 6 of the suit of the mind, it relates to self-reflection and really taking the time to look within, trust your mind, and be able to leave the stress that you might be feeling behind for at least for the time being, or for good, once and for all. It's entirely up to you. Now, there is an energy of this card that could be saying that you need to take a vacation right now, but as it is the suit of the mind, there's more of a mental vacation, like leaving those doubts and insecurities and anxieties you might be feeling, leaving those behind and finding times, peace, and happiness moving forward. So you can see down here, the place that the character is leaving is on fire, and it's definitely not a place they want to be anymore. So with their own minds, because you can see the character here, the hot air balloon is made out of his head. he's moving over to this place that across the ocean that definitely does not look like it's on fire quite yet. There's much potential there and much available that he can make that what he wants it to be. So if there's stressful times in your life right now, Capricorn, this card, the 6, definitely seems to suggest that you have the power within your mind to overcome those stressful experiences and move on to happier and more peaceful times. That message seems to continue with the 8 of Cups right here that follows the 6 of Swords, because as you can tell, the character here is no longer interested in this stacked set of cups right here. And this is the card of leaving behind what no longer emotionally satisfies us. So with both of these cards side by side, you know, the leaving behind the stressful feelings in your mind and leaving behind the things that no longer emotionally satisfy you, that definitely leads to this Ace of Cups that appears at the bottom of the deck. You know, leaving behind what no longer emotionally satisfies you will lead you to what emotionally does satisfy you. As this is an 8, it relates to success and wealth, but in order to find that success and wealth, you may need to leave behind the things that it might be bringing you down, or the things that just do nothing but stress you out, those negative emotions you might be holding on to that are keeping you from achieving your goals. The 8 of Cups is followed by the 8 of Wands here, which is a card of life moving more quickly because you focused on that passion and you're letting that passion lead you forward. In this illustration, you can see the character is hard at work with her scythe, you know, cutting down the stuff that no longer fits with her wands, which kind of goes back to this 8 of Cups, where you just leave behind what no longer emotionally satisfies you, as well as that 6 of Swords with that energy of leaving behind what doesn't bring you happiness and fills you with stress. So the 8 of Wands kind of suggests, okay, I've left behind what no longer satisfies me. I've taken control of my mind and found times of harmony and peace. And the 8 of Wands following that kind of gives the energy of, okay, I found what I'm passionate about, and that passion is what's going to propel me forward and really help me find success. The single crow up here carrying the letter kind of suggests, we'll go back to that energy of that 3 of Pentacles we talked about earlier, where if you want to make money and be financially successful, you have to be willing to share your gifts and be excited about what you're working on. So that crow up here carrying the letter suggests, you know, those emails will start coming in, those messages of wanting to purchase these things from you. That will likely start happening once you really focus on what you're passionate about and let that passion really propel you forward and allow you to feel successful in your life. Brings us to the Ace of Cups, which we've talked about a little bit already, of the emotionally fulfilling ace, the beginning of everything. Aces of the tarot are considered not yet tangible. It's the idea behind the action before we take action and achieve success with it, like we talked about with these 2 8s here. So really ask yourself, what emotionally fulfills you? What idea, what passion just fills you with so much joy that when you think about it and when you see it in your mind's eye, you're like, this is what I want to do. This is what I love to do, and I can find success with it if I really work hard for it. So I feel like that's a really important message for you, Capricorn. Don't doubt yourself. Gain control of your mind and leave the stressful situations behind. Leave behind what no longer emotionally satisfies you, and really find that passion and focus on it, and watch your life really turn into exactly what you want it to be. As you are the cardinal earth sign, I feel like maybe sometimes passion takes a back seat for all those like material and earthly things that need done. But the 8 of Wands and the Ace of Cups appearing both here, and as well as the 8 of Cups as well, it kind of gives that energy of it's important to let your heart have a say too. Really let that inner fire lead you forward. Leave the stress behind and believe in yourself enough to make your dreams a reality. I mean it when I say that I think you're the most creative sign of the Zodiac. So let that creative energy really propel you to creating a life that you truly enjoy, one that you find success with, but more than just material success, you feel it in your heart that you love it as well. This is just a general reading, Capricorn, so it may resonate with you, it may not. If you want a more personal reading, then feel free to comment on this video. You can send me a message on either of my socials or book a reading straight from my website, all of which will be left down in the description box below, as well as a link to all the places that you can purchase the decks that I've shared in this collection. I know everybody needs Deviant Moon in their life. Maybe that's just me, but yeah, I'll leave that one down in the description as well. And at the time of this video, I'll leave the link down for Deviant Moon Tarot. for the actual Deviant Moon website, because I know at the moment, since the video is going up on Friday the 13th, 2022, there is the Deviant Moon is giving a discount right now. It's like 13% off since it's Friday the 13th, so you can get this deck straight from the website, and it might be a little bit cheaper than, say, Amazon, which is where I usually share all my decks to buy from. I think that sums everything up, Capricorn. Like I said, I truly hope that you enjoy this reading, and that it empowers you and inspires you to go after your dreams, because you are capable of so much more than you can even imagine. So I want to thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.